Hi, and welcome back. I was supposed to be doing my pellets for July and realized I never did pellets for June. So double video today because we're going to do June first. Then I'll take the pictures, post that to Instagram, and then I'll do July, same thing. Um, it is what it is. It's a little late, but gotta get through it. So I have my stack of one use, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 plus. Um, I haven't organized these yet, so bear with me. But I know these are all one use, so excuse me, we can just go through them. This is the Rose Water palette from e.l.f. And I just looked through these when I was pulling them out, and I don't remember which shade was used, but only one shade was used for this. It was for a random makeup look. So we just had one use. Trove got one use. It was this shade here. I think that was finishing up the No Pan Left Behind that was in Deck Panning. As is almost always the case, My Dream got rolled in for Black is Black. It's just the best black matte there is, so it gets pulled in. But it only got pulled in for one use. Hey Reindeer got pulled in for one use. I don't remember if it was this shade or this shade. I remember it was a yellow-orange look. I don't remember which one got used. Rose Quartz by Huda Beauty got rolled in for a random makeup look. I want to say it was somewhere over on this side. I was going quick. Wasn't paying enough attention. ColourPop's by the Rosé got rolled in for a random makeup use. Sunday Soiree. There it is. Got rolled in. Too Faced Born This Way Sunset Stripped got rolled in. This was for one of the Feline. What is she calling that collab? Feline something. She's using her cats, and then maybe we'll go on to other cats, but she's using cat pictures, and then you're doing a look, and this shade got rolled in because it matched one of the 6 color prompts. Ireland palette from Nomad got rolled in for a random makeup look. I don't remember which shade it was. Same with Moonspell. It's a random makeup. No, this one wasn't a random makeup look. This one got brought in for another collab. My guess would be Carmen, because it's almost always, or not Carmen, Cameron. It's almost always Cameron that gets rolled in. It's my only real good coral shade. Honestly, even if I didn't like the palette as much as I did, I would keep that palette just for that shade. Game Beauty got rolled in for a collab look. Shoot. I was about to say, point out what shade it was, and now I've just blanked on what shade it was. So that one was rolled in for collab look. My Nomad 2 palette got rolled in. That was for this shade, I believe. Lethal 2 palette got rolled in. I want to say it was the shade. Don't remember. Most of the shades that got one use were for collabs. I know that this one was for a collab. The Sigma Alice in Wonderland palette. The shade got used. Nomad Polar Express got rolled in for the matte white for a collab. Fantasy Cosmetica Warlock palette got rolled in for this shade. And I remember I used this shade because I originally used a shade from the Hella palette and it didn't work the way I wanted to, and so I overlaid it with PAC to give it the right shade that I needed. Cyborg Choir got rolled in. I don't remember now which shade it was. Laura palette got rolled in. It's rolled in almost every month, at least once. I don't remember which shade it was though. And finally, for the one use, oh wait, one more. And then the Avatar water palette got rolled in. There was a couple shades used. I don't remember if this was finishing up a No Pan Left Behind or if this was just for a look I wanted to do. And then finally, have the Ritz Super Shock Shadow from ColourPop rolled in. And I don't know if you can see it, it hit pan. That was for a collab look, I know that. Okay, palettes used twice, much smaller. They just keep going down from here. One use, always most use. Nomad got used a couple of times. I believe once for oranges and once for reds. Hella palette got used twice. This was the shade that I put that packed one over because it didn't give me the look I wanted. And then I believe another one used this shade or this shade. I don't remember which one. Seahorse palette got brought in, which kind of like Lure usually gets at least one use. This time it got 2 uses. Troublemaker got used twice. One of them, surprisingly, it was for the glitter black shade. That was for a collab. And the other one was for the silver, which is usually the white or the silver that gets brought in for. Which, they're the two with pan. You can tell that, well, this one's got pan too, but that was in project. These two have a natural pan that it just gets used a lot. Hands are getting dirty. Christmas Eve palette from Odin's Eye got used twice. I know one of them was the yellow. I know that. But I don't remember what the other look used. That's Taupe got rolled in. I know this one got used for one of the feline collabs. And I believe the other one was one of these two shimmers, but I don't remember which one. And finally, the Arrow inspired palette from Adept Cosmetics got rolled in. That was for, those were both for this shade. That gave me the pan for Panda's eyeshadows. Moving on to 3 uses. Khaki Haze got used 3 times. They were all for this copper shade, which is currently in Panda's eyeshadows, but only got 3 uses in June. My Dandelions. Oh, I can't lift that one. That is completely shattered. We'll try to hold it. This one wasn't used, I know, but it's completely shattered. It was the yellows that got used from this one all 3 times. This one got used. This one was in for pan, but I know it's not the only one that was used. And that's the shade that shattered. I'm going to have to repress that when we're done. Those were all 3 uses, right? Yeah. 4 uses, 1 palette. The New Singe Agate Temptation palette has been rolled in for No Pan Left Behind, and we accomplished that, I believe, in the 4 uses in June. We'll see if it shows up in July. But I know that that's what those 4 uses were for. And then slide over. 5 uses. Merry Christmas palette got used 5 times. Some of those were for Snowman that was rolled in, but I know that there were a couple of other shades that had been used in collab looks. And from here on out, everything's project. Cleona, 5 uses. This was in No Pan Left Behind. 6 uses. Huda Nude Light was in for No Pan Left Behind. We did that 6 uses. Yeah. Okay. And 7 plus. We're gonna have to go through a little more carefully. First up, Terra Moons was used 7 times. I know this one and this one were used independently. I don't remember this shade, and this shade have all been in projects this year. And I don't remember which one was in the project when this got its 7 uses. That's 9. 8 uses. Lethal Avatar Earth palette was used 8 times, and that finished up our project level up that this was in for. And then Surrender palette was used 8 times. Several shades got used, but the focus was on Intoxicating. That was in Pan Those Eyeshadows. Didn't get pan, but we got more than 25 uses. Okay, Sunset was used 9 times. And I don't remember what. I know this shade got used 3 times. This one got used twice. This one got used a couple times. It was before this one. This one's currently in Pan Those Eyeshadows, and this one. Wait. Yeah. No, because this would have been rolled in. These are June uses, and this was rolled in July, so it wasn't for this one yet. So, yeah, 9 uses, and I think it might have been in a No Pan Left Behind. Yes, it was a No Pan Left Behind, so it took 9 uses. And I had just rolled that out from the No Pan Left Behind when it got rolled into Pan Those Eyeshadows. I remember that. And then Citrus Punch was also used 9 times. Most of those were focused on Zest, which was in Pan Those Eyeshadows. And finally, our big winner of the day, the MAC single. Got 12 uses. I don't remember if we hit pan in June or July, but this was, and it is still in a project for a high usage goal. So it's been used and abused, and it somehow, for June, ended up being the most used eyeshadow. that's it. That's all the pellets. I think I might have said July a couple times, but these were all the pellets used in June. Let me take the pictures and get those updated to Instagram, and then I will film July, and we can be caught up. We'll see you then. Bye.